Hey guys, it's Pierre Laguerre here, and I'm gonna take a new turn right now. And of course, in the last few episodes, we talked about discipleship and we talked about how to overcome that one hindrance that can stop every disciple. But today I'm gonna go just a tad long, but it's more of an introduction than anything else to this new topic. And by the way, in the first 40 episodes, I have touched on this topic before. But understand with me, this is the main reason why Jesus came. He came to absolutely share the kingdom. He came and he preached the kingdom. Now, many of you have heard teachings from preachers like Miles Monroe and others who've actually taught about the kingdom. But as much as we've been taught about it 24 years ago from some of those teachers, I believe it's something that we need to revisit. And of course, there are many principles and laws in the kingdom. And I think the first place we need to start is to understand what exactly is a kingdom. And this may sound rather really basic to a lot of us. However, if we understood these laws and principles, I think there are aspects of our lives that would absolutely change. And so let me explain. Imagine if you understood the authority that you stand in, there are things that you would never allow to happen in your life. Sickness, disease, things that come against you. There are things that if you understood even from the Old Testament, that God's plan was to establish a kingdom where you and we stand as kings. There are things you would not stand for because you would understand the power that comes out of your heart through your mouth and how that can change things. So, with that said, I want to go all the way back to Daniel. Daniel had dreams about multiple kingdoms during his time. And of course, we know that Israel was occupied. More than occupied, they were also exiled from the land. And this was because of their disobedience. And matter of fact, due to that disobedience, the whole kingdom of Israel was rent in two, in that there was a northern kingdom and a southern kingdom, right? So you had Jerusalem on one side and you had Judah on the other. Now, when you think about it, and I need to get you more details on the makeup of these kingdoms, meanwhile, the majority of the Israelites were in Babylon, right? Because the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar came and he took them captive. He left a few heads of government there, to make it look like, there's a semblance of government in the land. But at the end of the day, he took most of the Israelites, especially those that could help his kingdom grow. He took them with him to his kingdom. But Daniel, while there, he had multiple dreams. And he also had the ability to interpret dreams. But the one thing you must recognize is that Daniel foresaw the kingdom that Jesus would bring to the earth. And he describes it in such a term that this new kingdom would start like a little rock that knocks down that stature that he had in that dream. And literally that piled up and became a huge mountain. And that mountain represented the kingdom of God, the kingdom of the Lord, that became greater than all kingdoms throughout the earth. So as we're going to go through this series, not only am I going to talk about historical facts and figures, but also I want to teach and touch especially on key laws and principles that govern a kingdom and especially the kingdom of God. So I invite you to come along with me, and certainly in the comments, go ahead and ask me some questions, ask me things you'd be interested in hearing more about. Now, this series may take me maybe 10 to 15 different short videos to truly expound on some of these different laws, right? Like the law of faith, for example, right? Understanding the power of our words, understanding the authority that we have as believers, all these things, principles and laws that exist in a kingdom, understanding the government of the kingdom, right? So I'm doing some research, and most importantly, I will be writing my own book about this, because I was like, yeah, I know there's other books written about it, and I've been doing the research, but in going through the Bible, the first thing you will find is that when Jesus showed up, the first thing he preached was the kingdom. That's what he preached. So he preached it, he taught it, and he demonstrated it, right? And the demonstration came through healing, miracles, and so much more. And Jesus understood something that we as believers, as his disciples, we must learn. And it's to understand the first aspect of a kingdom. A kingdom is where a king has his own domain, where he actually has dominion in that domain. And each and every one of us has been given our own domain, right? And in that domain, we have to learn to exercise our dominion. We have to carry out that dominion. It is a responsibility and a privilege, right? And it is something that the enemy of your soul very much wants you not to understand, and therefore not be able to exercise your authority and dominion over your realm of influence. So I'm looking forward to your feedback while we go through this particular series. And again, as I told you, I'm writing a book about this, and I'm revealing it now on this particular podcast or video series because I think it's so important for us as believers to start understanding what this kingdom is that we've been given and the power behind it. And so I invite you to join me in the next few episodes so that we can go a little deeper into some of those laws and principles of the kingdom. I'm going to go as deep as possible, I should say, given that the next few videos, I'll probably again keep them between 5 to 10 minutes each, but I know I'm going to do at least 10 to 15 videos on this because there's so much that I've been researching already that I want to share with you. And of course, if you would like to get a copy or reserve your copy of the book that I'm creating out of this research, certainly you can get on the wait list. I've not yet started selling it or anything, but the moment I start selling it, I will let you know. And the link certainly will be in the description under this video. So again, it's Pierre Laguerre. Thank you for tuning in. As you're watching here on YouTube, go ahead, like and subscribe and share and comment. And that way, when I bring out the next video series, the next few videos, you will be well along with me. But really, as always, as I always say, I'm looking for the conversation. I'm looking for your feedback, your commentaries, and really what's resonating with you. Don't worry, go ahead and let me know what other topics you'd like to hear about. Right now I'm just going with something that's near and dear to my heart because I know how important it is for us as believers to go deeper into that particular topic. So thanks a lot for tuning in today. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.